to everybody watching this. If you're not a travel agent who takes trips as part of their job, have you ever taken 8 vacations in 7 months? And I'm not talking about just like, we're going to run up to the Wisconsin Dells for a weekend. I'm talking about vacations. Nice vacations. Have you ever taken 8 vacations in 7 months? The vice president has. J.D. Vance has been the vice president of this country for 7 months, and he's taken 8 vacations. We're going to watch this video, and we're going to come back and talk about it.
J.D. Vance has been vice president for 7 months now. And in those 7 months, he's gone on 8 vacations. 8! His first one was 5 days after starting the job. Do you remember that? It was the Vance family ski vacation to the Sugar Bush Resort in Vermont. 5 days into the job. His motorcade was met with protesters. Many carried signs with local-themed insults like Vance skis and jeans. I mean, it is a little weird for the vice president to go on vacation less than 1 week into the job. But then he went again in March, the J.D. and Usha Vance Greenland vacation. That was going to be a family trip. Greenland, of course, the object of Trump's bizarre territorial obsessions. They had to plan an extended trip with the whole family, the kids. They ended up staying for just 3 hours at a U.S. Space Force base to avoid protests by Greenlanders. Up next was the fabulous Vance family Italian vacation 1 month later in April. Now, for that, they shut down the Colosseum to thousands of ticketed visitors so Vance's family could have a private tour. Nice perk. Imagine saving for years for a trip to see the Colosseum and you can't because the vice president shut it down. He didn't even show for that tour, by the way, reportedly to avoid the, yes, you guessed it, numerous protesters. That's the same trip where Vance got a personal audience with Pope Francis, and the Pope died the following day. Now, also in April, Vance and his family had an India vacation. They got a private tour of the Taj Mahal, which was closed to all other visitors, along with schools in the area, so the Vances didn't have to share the view. Later, an awesome Vance family Disneyland vacation, where we saw the vice president running after his kids. We've, of course, all been there. Very relatable. There weren't a lot of spectators because, you guessed it, the vice president's family got the run of several park areas that were closed to regular patrons, causing jam-ups and long lines for others who were on their costly summer vacations. Last month, Vance and the family had a little Nantucket vacation, a fundraiser, some rest and relaxation, which was tough for them to find because they were surrounded by protesters yet again. Lots of protesters with lots of creative signs, like that one. And then just 2 weeks ago, Vance and his family headed to Ohio for a J.D. Vance birthday vacation. Now Vance is just back home from taking his clan on vacation number 8, the Cotswold, England family vacation, where he stayed in a $10,000 a month manor home. Their presence snarled the roads. It rankled residents who said police knocked on their doors seeking the names and social media handles of everyone who lives there. I mean, look, this is not surprising, right? It's clear J.D. Vance is a guy who's just decided to maximize the trappings of his power immediately upon taking office. He likes the perks. He likes abusing the public trust to rack up the privileges no mere mortal can enjoy. It's rank corruption. It's a compulsion to hoover up every little privilege you can instead of serving the public.
8 vacations in 7 months on your dollar, your dime, your tax dollar. I don't ever want to hear dick about a Democrat taking vacation again. This motherfucker hasn't done a goddamn thing but vacation. And here recently in an interview, he was talking about the big goal for the Vance family is to get to Hawaii. And he said to the interviewer, surely we can find some reason for the vice president to have to go to Hawaii, right? If I had saved for years and finally made it to Italy and was standing in Rome getting ready to go into the Colosseum with the very expensive, I don't know if you've looked at those tickets or not, Colosseum ticket, and I couldn't go because it was shut down because the Vance family was in town and they wanted a private tour, that in and of itself would piss me off to a level I have never been pissed off that much before. If I then found out that J.D. Vance didn't even fucking show for the tour, that motherfucker better have all of the Secret Service around him. Are you fucking kidding me? You shut down the whole fucking Coliseum for the Vance family, and then J.D. Vance didn't even show for that? This is some little fucking hilljack that got picked because he was the favorite of somebody within Trump's circle who has done jack fucking shit but vacation on your dime. Remember how much they bitched and moaned about how little Kamala Harris did when she was vice president? This motherfucker, whose name isn't even J.D. Vance, by the way, is enjoying some rather fine vacations on your tax dollar. He's averaging more than one a month. It'll be interesting to see how many vacations this little piece of shit and his family take before this is all said and done with.